Hey there everybody, thanks for checking out the Awesome Walter YouTube channel. Sorry I haven't posted in a while, but I really needed to talk about this. So this is going to be my initial reaction to this trailer and a review of it. It's not going to be me sitting through it and watching because I'm not a fan of those kind of videos. It's just going to be me talking about the trailer, and this is my initial reaction because I just watched it. So I'm pretty much probably the biggest Rocky fan you're ever going to meet. I mean, I am a huge Rocky fan. It's my favorite movie series, all of them, even Rocky 5. You can check that out in my top 5 best favorite movies that are on the channel here as well. But, I mean, I've been weary about Creed 2 for a while now. Creed 1 I loved. I thought Creed was one of the best movies of the last decade. Ryan Coogler, this was kind of his big coming out party after Fruitvale Station, which was awesome, but which is a smaller movie and not as many people saw as Creed 1. And then obviously went on to Black Panther and everything, and that's great. And this was all his idea. Creed was the brainchild of Ryan Coogler, who I have a tremendous amount of respect for as a younger guy in his early 30s who's doing all these big things. I'm very proud of someone from my generation doing as well as he's doing, and that's amazing for him. So when I was hearing about Creed 2, the obvious way to go with this is to go with the Drago stuff from Rocky 4, because obviously, spoilers, I guess, from a movie that's 30-something years old. But, you know, that's where Apollo died, was in the ring against Ivan Drago, and the whole thing with Rocky not throwing the towel in time and all that stuff. You know, basically Apollo died by his own hand, saying that he would rather go out a warrior than, you know, without a war to fight. The warrior might as well be dead, Stallion. That's one of the lines he has in Rocky 4. So I figured that they'd be doing something with Drago coming up in this new Creed movie because that's just the next logical step. Now, like I said, I've been weary about Creed 2 for a long time since I heard that Ryan Coogler was not going to be involved because he was doing Black Panther, and I don't know if Stallone didn't want to wait for him or Coogler just decided to pass on the sequel. But it just was always very strange to me about how this whole renaissance of Rocky and this new version of this series that has come out with Creed and Adonis and everything, that he wasn't involved in this directly. I don't even think he's a producer on this. So that concerned me from the very beginning. Then they announced that Stallone was going to be directing the movie, which I love Sylvester Stallone, obviously. I mean, I'm a huge fan of, like I said, of Rocky and a lot of his other movies, a lot of his other roles, Rambo, and a lot of other stuff. I did a top 5 best performances list for him, which he has some really good performances in. You should check that out if you can on Channel Awesome. But he's not the right choice, in my opinion, to be directing a Creed sequel, because Creed was all about the new generation, was all about a new person taking the Rocky mantle on, and it wasn't just, you know, metaphorically with Adonis in the movies. It was real life handing this off. And while Stallone took a pass on the script and, you know, rewrote some stuff and was obviously a producer and everything on it, he didn't direct the movie. So, and a lot of that stuff didn't come from him. So when I heard he was directing Creed 2, I was concerned for sure. No disrespect to him. Obviously, this is his world we're all playing in. I mean, this is the Rocky universe, I guess we can say. But I was disappointed when I heard about that. I thought it was kind of a step backwards, to be honest. Now, a few weeks after that, they announced that Stephen Cable Jr. is going to be directing Creed 2, who stuck with the project, and he's the director on it now. I think they might have just wrapped filming, or they might still be filming the tail end of things now. But that guy has only done a few small things, was a USC graduate. This is his first big feature film. And I think it's important that it's another young guy, another black director, getting in there with this main character, Adonis, and everything. He should be this kind of guy. I mean, sort of giving another young filmmaker a shot at a franchise like this, that's great. That's kind of how Coogler came up. So I think that's great for Stephen Cable Jr., but I don't know anything about the guy. I haven't seen a lot of his other work, so we'll see how Creed 2 is going to be. But in terms of the trailer now, it didn't give away too much. The biggest thing that I think was in there was that we see that Adonis has a kid with Tessa Thompson's character. So, I mean, that's a big step. Obviously, in Rocky 2, Rocky had his son. So they're kind of still following that logical progression. They're building this all up as Creed has more to lose this time around. Adonis has more than just a title, so I'm guessing in between 1 and 2 he won the heavyweight title or light heavyweight title, whatever. And what's going to be happening next is all these title defenses. He's going to maybe like the beginning of Rocky 3, I'm not sure. But I think the thing is he's kind of on top right now in the boxing world. And personally, things are going wrong. Even though at the beginning we see that he gets knocked out, he's on the floor, and he's in the hospital and stuff. So there's going to be some kind of fall from grace for Adonis in here. We're going to see that he has more to lose than just his self-respect. His kids relying on him now, and his girlfriend or wife. I'm not sure if they're married or not yet in this one, but she has a lot to lose with him now. Talking to Adonis' stepmom, with Apollo's wife, about things. A lot of this is drawing back to Rocky 4, and we have Rocky sort of saying, like he said in the first movie, in the first Creed movie, that he doesn't want Adonis, he doesn't want Adonis to go the same way that his father went. There's even the line in there that he died right in my hands. So they're building this up about who this guy they're talking about is. He's very dangerous, doesn't want you in the ring with him, Rocky doesn't. And then at the very end we see the person that they're talking about is Drago's son, which we've been hearing about for a long time now, that Ivan Drago's kid is going to be facing off against Apollo Creed's kid. That's where I've always sort of had an issue with the story, because, I mean, I don't know yet because I haven't seen the movie. This is just pure speculation on my part. I could see the movie and love it, and I hope to love it. This is just speculation for me. But I was always against the idea of having Adonis versus, Drago's son, Apollo's son versus Drago's son. Like, it just seems so contrived to me, where the idea of an illegitimate son of Apollo Creed was a really fresh idea that you could take in all these different directions. But with having something like Drago's son versus Apollo's son, it just seems like it's too expected. It's too telegraphed. So hopefully they're going to be doing something different with the story, some kind of twist on it where it's not just, oh, I'm facing Drago's son because he killed my dad. I mean, there should be some kind of thing in there that's going to set it apart from just that basic storyline that we could see coming a mile away. It might be just too predictable, but we'll see. I'm not against having Drago in the movie. I think that's definitely, like I said before, the next logical step in the progression of Rocky's character and Adonis' character, is to sort of confronting the past directly with Drago. But having him fight his son, it just seems a little much. But I'm not against having Drago in the movie, so Ivan Drago, that is. So hopefully, Dolph Lundgren is you get some good stuff to do in this script. The script, which is written by Stallone, like I said, nothing to do with Coogler this time around or any of his people. So we're going to see how this does. But what did you think of this trailer? Had some good stuff in it. Had some really good boxing action. Very much a similar tone to that first Creed trailer from the last time. Man, that first Creed trailer got everyone on board. With the concept, with the actors involved, with the story. Everybody was on board with that first Creed trailer from the original movie, and it's one of the best trailers I may have ever seen, just in terms of getting everyone back on board with something. I mean, everyone was excited as soon as they saw that. This, I don't think, quite accomplished that same thing, but it did, like I said, strike a similar tone to the first one. It has like similar music, similar pacing, and I think that we're gonna see what happens with the next trailer. I think is going to be the big telltale sign, because this first one is more of a teaser. Obviously, they don't want to put out too much, which is a good thing. I don't think in trailers you should spoil too much, but I think we'll get a bigger picture about what the whole story is really about in the second trailer, which should be coming out in a couple months, because this is coming out in November by Thanksgiving, so we should see another trailer soon. I just wanted to say a few things about this before I move on to some other videos I got to do today, because this is a big franchise, my favorite franchise in the history of the world. I love Creed, Rocky. I mean, just it means so much to me that they're still doing these movies, and they're so good. So hopefully this movie continues that tradition and isn't going to be that predictable path, isn't going to follow that predictable path that I think it's going to. Hopefully they throw us a few curveballs in a good way, because a lot of times predictability can be a good thing. You just got to put a couple different twists on it, so we're going to be invested in what's happening while, sort of seeing some unexpected things coming. So Creed 2, what did you think of the Creed 2 trailer? Leave some comments below. Are you excited for Creed 2? Where do you think they're going to go with the Drago's son storyline? Do you think it's a good idea to have Apollo's kid versus Drago's kid? Let me know about that in the comments below. I'm wearing my Ivan Drago t-shirt today. I must break you. Will Adonis be broken by Ivan Drago's son? We'll find out. But I will talk to you guys very soon. I have a bunch of new videos coming up here this week, so stay tuned. They're all going to be Superman themed because I did the top 5 best Superman, the animated series episodes, which is on Channel Awesome right now, so go check that out. And I will see you very soon within the next couple days with a lot more. So I'll talk to you guys soon. See you later.